join us. Hey, that's a thing that needs to be fixed, but hello everyone. Welcome to Tuesday at the Table. We are your current hosts for the evening. My name is Francois. I will be squishing down because that's how we do around here. Now we're tiny. Now we're not so tiny. And now we're kind of centered-ish. Well, before we begin, thank you very much for your 6 month Prime donation, Mr. Fluff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping to get a payout by the end of the year. I think we're well on our way. Oh, that's the wrong character. Okay, there we go. There she is. There's my girl. So I hope everyone's having a good day, and welcome to Wandwed, where we have we are in a valley-like place, doing things in places and stuff.
Anyone actually remember what's happened? Because I don't remember.
I know that there was a lot of conspiracy theory level stuff going on. I know that much.
We made our way into the Tiefling village of all the weird. We decided to blend. The us two decided to sneak.
Yeah.
Under the cover.
And then we're in like a hotel room. And we made
yeah.
I just don't remember the plan.
Was there a plan? I didn't think there was a plan.
I don't think there was a plan yet.
A plan, wasn't there?
I mean, I'm sure there was intended to be a plan.
Do you remember if there was a plan?
I don't think there was. I think we got to the room and that was...
Well, you guys got to the room and you were discussing how to go about getting information. Because all you know is that it appears that Runa's late husband originated from this city. And this is where your information has led you to believe her son is. Sometimes I feel like I run D&D like night dramas.
It's like a night white version of a novella.
Yeah.
Or like blue version.
Your D&D games could appear on the CW, except they're good.
I don't know about the good part, but definitely agree with that first one.
Thank you? Question mark. I think we initially were just going to try to go and get some information on if he's here, where he would be if he is here, etc., etc.
Yes, I believe that's where you guys were. You had gotten a room to kind of figure out where you were going to search, how you were going to search. It did come to everybody's attention that the marketplaces hadn't opened yet. I believe it was early morning still, like very early morning.
Sounds right.
They do not like outsiders. That was a key thing that you guys had gotten a taste of from dealing with the innkeeper as well as the man at the gate.
Oh yeah, and Runa and Nisei are lesbians who live in the mountains with no affiliations.
Guys are lesbian
Yep.
gypsies.
That's pretty much how Quinn suggested it. We live in the mountains alone.
And
You're implying the sexual part,
And
but we just live in the mountains.
And you guys were also informed a bit that this city is not aligned with the kingdom. Now, you guys aren't from a clan, well, most of you aren't from around here. Runa, you're not from a clan who knows the goings-on of the politicians. You guys are at the bottom of the mountain, close to the greenery, and you guys just take care of your own. So, that is the information that you've gotten so far.
wonder if we need to leave in some questions to the locals of the politics.
we suspected. We needed to. I remember we discussed getting together information to see if your guy was at all important around here.
Yes, we did cover the fact that you don't know anything about your husband.
I am so upset. Let me see. I guess we go back into town when it's busier to the marketplace.
Oh, when it's open.
It would have been open after like a short rest.
I'm totally okay with
Where
the
do-
idea of short rest being a thing.
You guys could definitely take a short rest as you did push quite a bit to get here.
I feel like not a lot of us are going to get a whole lot back for a short rest.
I
That
get
is a good possibility.
something important back.
That
Stuff.
inspiration.
Probably his evil ass singing.
I mean, yes.
When smiles an evil DM.
Well, fortunately, I am all set. I didn't use anything to get to this point, apparently.
Yeah, same.
All I used was one spell. This last bit. And that was to Invisiblefy. And yes, it's a word.
It's in the dictionary.
Is it?
Invisiblefy.
Speaking of which, we can't. We can't really gather a whole lot of information from talking to people while invisified.
Yes, that is an issue.
Well, not all of us can anyway.
So, are we just to wait in the room then?
I mean, unless we have an alternate way to move about. That was the purpose of it being invisible-fied in the first place.
I kind of feel like we had planned for you guys to go back to being invisible and being an extra set of ears just around the marketplace.
That was my assumption as well. Especially because we were able to rest in between. So, yeah.
Alright, so we are going to turn the girls back to invisible. So we will take her wolf form, I suspect.
Yes. Well, I can do 3 people.
Sylvia will be fine in her wolf form. That's how you guys entered. It's not uncommon to see wolves as pets in this area.
As do.
I mean, technically, if I play that game, I could technically do that too.
You can turn her into a wolf?
Yeah, wild shape. We've been
Oh,
using
I
it.
forgot you were a druid. You're so blasted for a
Yeah, I know I'm aggro, but
druid.
You use wild shape for out of combat things, just like Tukey.
basically,
I mean, if that's how you want to do it, I'm not stopping you.
if it's going to save him invisibility charges,
Well, Torhild has nothing, so either she's hiding in the room the whole time or invisible.
Yeah.
Unless someone has a better plan.
If we're gonna do that, I might as well just cast it as a at base level then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
just make him invisible, and then the rest of us can kind of just
we have 2 wolves and an invisible person. Okay.
Invisible Thunder Mage.
Oh, the havoc I could write.
Well,
It's
only
basic
if you-
invisibility. Calm down.
I was gonna say only until your first spell, and then your havoc has to be done.
So, mark it then.
Market?
Marking.
Market.
Alright, so
Down to a cheaper price.
Torhild. Actually, all of you. What is your lineup for leaving? How are you walking?
Probably each have a wolf, and then Torhild like in the middle.
Yeah. So Runa and Zoe can be first.
I guess I'm with. Fuck. What's your character's name again?
Let's say.
Nisei.
Yeah, I guess I'm with Nisei then.
Okay, Nisei is kind of in the back with her wolf. Torhild is doing her best to keep centered between the 2 of you.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So you head down, spiraling into the city, because as you remember, it's kind of this upside down pyramid in between these mountains. And you head for the market that is not as noisy as a market should be, as it's just opening. There's a lot of work going about opening shop, but not so much in selling product.
Shall we stick together, or shall we meet back here?
It's up to you if you want to cover more ground or not.
I don't have an opinion because I can't talk in this form.
That's correct.
Amen.
That is true.
And I don't have an opinion because I shouldn't talk in this form.
That is also true.
Now, at least you're doing a lot better than Roro. Putting that out there. How about we stick together for right now?
Well,
Okay.
we'll have to wait until the market fills out just a little bit more. And then we can go about asking around.
What kind of questions should we be asking?
Well, that is a good question. We don't know what will and will not rise suspicions, especially if he's infamous around here rather than simply famous.
We can always just play that we don't know much about this area, which is not necessarily a lie. That we're just curious. Ask about the royal family, see what we can find out.
Do you have an affect of his?
An outfit?
Affect. Shirts, jewelry. As heirloom of some form.
Do I?
You have the ring that he gave you. It is one of his own. It's well crafted, finely crafted, and it does have symbols on it that you never understood and he was never inclined to explain.
Okay, then Runa will slide that off her finger and show it to the group, technically.
Well, this can give us a way in.
As you kind of extend your hand with that, Sylvie will take a whiff of it. She kind of snorts air out and huffs and looks between the two of you.
Perhaps if we find a person who specializes in jewelry, they'll be able to tell us the history. We can say we simply found it.
Exactly. It seemed to have had some significance to the area. That would give us a direction for a jeweler of form. Unless, of course, you have a lead for us. Looking down at Sylvie.
She'll kind of shake out and then howl, kind of prance her feet. It doesn't seem all that positive.
Well, perhaps if you recognize something, you can let us know.
There's a sort of grumble deep in her chest. It's not aggressive, just seems that she's agreeing.
Alright, well then let us find ourselves a jeweler.
As you guys had spoken, kind of walking down these steps into the marketplace, it does begin to fill out. It seems mostly early business, people ready to get what they need and start their day. Other shops are opening up above you, above the marketplace. And you will also notice, off in the distance, is a parade of deep maroon colored suits coming towards you.
It's the Purple Dragon Knights! Run!
Sure.
Is there an alleyway or any kind of indication of the buildings that they're around?
There are in between buildings, the best I can describe it is like Jerome, how it's all very cluttered together, kind of uneven, unleveled. It's not like this beautiful, perfect grid coming down into this area. And as you get into the market area, it's no longer really buildings as much as it is stalls and tents.
Big ass courtyard.
And they're coming
Roads,
towards us. Are they
Table
close?
and chairs.
No, they're off in the distance. They haven't gotten to the marketplace yet. They are coming from the north side of the village. And you didn't see them come from this area, but they're coming kind of from the castle.
Yeah, the officially looking place.
Yeah. With the maroon banners, you note that match the uniforms. It could
Well,
just
it's the
be...
Palace Guard.
Huh?
I said, no, it's the Palace Guard.
Could be, or it could just be
The
guards beginning their shift.
This seems rather important. Maybe we should watch this for a moment.
Do the elves obstruct the future or obstruct the futures? Is it
They
a good idea to take a few of
They are not close enough for you to see, but the uniforms look very basic uniforms. They're not wearing helmets. They're not heavily armored.
them? Never mind then.
Alright, well, I'll admit I'm a fair bit curious as to what they're doing. We can watch them for a little.
Runa will give a nod, and Runa will slip the ring back onto her finger, by the way.
Okay.
Just so we don't lose the ring.
No, that's fine. Now that the important thing is that we have an inn.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys have chosen to watch the parade of uniforms?
And
Yeah.
observe.
Alright, well,
See what they're doing.
the market continues to fill out as the parade of uniforms get closer. And it does seem like some kind of guard of some sort. There are 3 men in front and 5 men in back. And in the middle of them seems to be a tiefling woman who seems to not even notice their presence as she begins to speak with the market people.
Ah, it's an escort. I got you.
The individual noble royal bearing.
Based on her dress and her attire, you would assume that she is at least noble.
How
She's
are
very
the ci-
clean.
How are the civilians reacting to her?
They all seem to smile and greet her. None of them seem surprised that she's here.
Like
What
no
is
force.
her name?
Is that right?
What did you say, Daga?
I said like no forced bowing or anything like that. They're just
No,
like,
no forced bowing. It seems quite casual. This seems to be a daily routine.
Okay.
Maybe if we are able to even get a word in with her, we might be able to find out the significance more of what we're looking for.
That it would be a possibility, but it might also not work so well for us. It would help if we knew whom your lost one was within the city. I only worry just in case he's not well received here.
She'll give a nod. Then we should continue to the jewelers first.
If at all they can tell us anything.
Do we see a jeweler?
You can roll investigation. Torhild, you can roll investigation too. You might not be able to talk, but you have eyeballs.
I certainly do
Okay.
not.
Oh dear.
say,
Oh dear.
I forgot your perceptions and these kind of skill rolls weren't very good.
Yes, Torhild is ignorant to the world around her. That is how it's supposed
Modified 20.
Alright, somebody's rolling worthwhile.
say, is it a hearing or smell based?
So, used to doing this kind of information gathering, you
Oh wait, never mind.
quickly fall into the habits and being used to many different towns, you're able to kind of pick out what each shop is, and your eyes go from one to another, quickly scanning for what you need. Finally, you do see a stall that is glistening in the sun and the snow. And Doggo's rolling a perception.
Yeah, I rolled the wrong thing.
Okay.
I was about to say, technically, if I use that roll, it's actually a 9.
Perception
For
would
my,
perception would have been a lot better for me.
Yeah, me
if
too.
it's investigation, it would have been a 9.
Like a +9 in there.
Yeah, seven perception.
Mm-hmm.
On investigation. Yeah.
Can I just roll perception for fun now?
No. Nisse.
Well, if we've located a jeweler, yes.
You walk up to the stall and they do have gems, jewels, rings, everything out for display.
A seller or a craftsman?
It is a stall. There is jewelry.
Well, he asked because of extra.
There's a thin, short tiefling boy behind the counter.
Young?
Yes, he is young. Not yet an adult.
Well, I will go about asking if he is the keeper of this, or if there's someone else that owns it.
He instantly... He becomes very customer servicey, almost. There is a sort of saluted respect that you would expect from young boys, as they just are like ready to help.
Yes, many young boy is very ready to help Nisei.
Not like that, you perverted sir.
I'm just saying she's a likable person. What are you going
that's
on about?
What you meant. Okay.
I wasn't even thinking that.
Oh, you were such a liar.
Dirty. It's a child. How dare you? Oh god, she's gonna hurt me. Oh god, she's getting things to throw.
Props, yay! Wait, how the tables have turned.
How the turns of table.
So, I'm ready now.
Wait, I'm in the middle!
Yep, you're in
aim.
danger.
Keeper, no. That would be the shop. My father is there. He'd be the keeper.
There's a main shop here.
Oh, yes. We wouldn't be able to do our crafting down here in the market.
Could you please direct me to him?
Of course. So you want to go northward a bit more, and he will point down towards where you will see the soldiers. You'll go down that way just a bit more to the next staircase and take that up 2 flights, and then come back around just 2 shops. You see that one with the blue roof? And there is one with this almost dazzling blue roof. It's a short building.
Yes. I think I can barely make it out. Blends in well with the rest.
He looks absolutely confused, as this is the only shimmering blue roof.
Thank you very much.
Alright then. He'll kind of nod at you and go back to his preparations.
To the actual shop.
So,
Away!
to head to this shop, you will have to walk past the escort.
That's fine. We're not doing anything wrong.
As they walk by, Runa will be looking at the girl more.
Yeah, that's not creepy or suspicious.
Runa, go ahead and give me a perception check.
But now they're asking perception.
At disadvantage.
What? At the what?
I'm joking,
You
I'm
know, that's
joking.
the lowest roll you can possibly make. Yeah, use that one.
Alright, at a 24. She looks familiar. She does, and you're not sure if it's just because the garb here all seems to be very similar to one another. There seems to be a certain style about the clothing you're seeing. Or it may be that they're all blue-skinned tieflings, and honestly, one looks just as similar as another. But you swear you see a glint of the sharpness of the cheekbones of your late husband. The same sharpness you see in your son as he matures.
By the way, that's racist.
Look, I wasn't trying to be racist. I'm trying to throw doubt.
Specific person that they she gets to
You hit Prince!
Well, don't duck next time.
like
The cat was below me!
Look at me first! Sit back.
It's the only way that I could fit on camera and be looking even with you.
Stop so big on camera.
I will leave.
As you walk past her, I will jab you in the armpit.
Okay, cool.
As you walk past her, she glances up. She seems pleasant, kind of nods to you guys passing. The guards, on the other hand, take a step closer to her. And you walk by. It's a split second of an encounter, a split second of a glance that you can't even fully confirm beyond possibly hoping.
Cast Meteor Swarm on all of them.
And you guys continue on to the shimmering blue roof of a shop. Inside, there's a similarly petite, short man, not too much taller than his son, and he will greet you pleasantly.
Hello,
Hello.
we're looking for the head craftsman here.
That would be me.
Excellent. I was wondering if we could get something looked at.
Sure, but we don't have any outside tools, craftsmen's coming through here.
Oh, no, we're not craftsmen ourselves. We live up in the mountains, a little under yonder ways, a bit over the ridge, but we happened upon a cavern and found something that we weren't quite able to identify, and was hoping you would have a look at it to give some insight as to what it was. If there's anything familiar about it, perhaps? I've never seen a ring of such specific make before.
We give a look at it. I doubt that it's got anything to do with us here. We don't travel outside our walls too often. Not anymore, at least.
Oh, this is the first place we could think of to look.
Alright. He will kind of gesture to the table where he's already kind of got a cloth rolled out, all of his tools set up. It seems he was getting ready to begin his days of work.
Runa had been standing with her hands within her sleeves. Like there's pockets in there. She's been twirling her ring a bit, and she will work it off and gently hand it over, but be very hesitant about handing it over.
He'll study you. I have fine hands. I'm skilled. I've done this a long time. I won't hurt your jewelry.
I sure hope not. What can you tell us about this?
Did you hand it over?
Yes.
Alright. You hand over the ring. He'll take it, and I will need you guys to make insight checks.
Yes.
I have a passive 20, if that
I
makes it.
need insight checks.
I have a passive of 24 if we want to fight this one.
No, you don't. Do you have a fort?
Is
No.
perception?
everybody
No,
making
insight.
insight?
Oh.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
26.
Runette looks to you like he's just gone to work. Nisse,
This is my whole skill set.
you see recognition instantly take his expression as he just first glances the ring. You will watch him as he slowly adorns his magnifying glass and his eyewear, and he begins to really look at it. It takes a good long moment before he kind of gets a nod and a shrug. Well, this does look like something we would have made.
Good. The runes, I wasn't quite sure of where they had originated from.
He studies you for a long moment.
I have no idea where the runes came from.
It's our local language.
I see.
It's not. Like I said, we stay within the walls.
So, what can you tell me about the ring?
It was crafted here. It looks like it was made to be an engagement ring. It's been a few years since we've really used these techniques. We've moved on to gentler things, so it was made at least a decade back.
I only have a passing knowledge of such things, but I would hear that they have usually works like this have a maker's mark of some form. Is that correct, or?
Yes, that is correct. You want to know who made it?
I can freely admit I'm very curious.
Well, it's not one of my pieces, but we did have a man who worked here once before. He's no longer with us.
What was his name?
That's a good question.
As I'm talking with him, I could be very charming.
Why are you trying to be charming?
To endear him to me, myself, as I fawn over his craft and his tools and make him feel very important.
Alright, you can go ahead and roll your charmy charm.
Persuasion.
Friends.
What's that?
The magic that is friends.
It's no spell. It is literally a feature. So persuasion, that is that's a 28.
Sorry, it's just not gonna cut it.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me.
Okay, 28.
Basically, it's actually a feature of my background called Echoes of the Past. Persuasion versus insight, and it endears him to me. Basically,
That's cool.
flashes. I am not some cheap harlot. I do this with my natural conversation skills and my knowledge of people and the psyche to flatter and get the information I like.
With a slight eyebrow.
Oh no, I don't even have to be flirty. I
You have to blink though.
You assume I have to blink.
Yes.
It's called being
That is-
complimentary.
That is a clarification that'll be good for me. Are you being flirty?
No, I am being charming. I am being.
Mr. Jordan.
No, I'm not a whore like you.
I'm not a whore.
Considering that's the move you make at every instance.
As a joke? Yes.
Well, exactly. No, I'm doing so being complimentary to him and his craft, and basically being very. How can we put selectively naive about certain facets of.
Alright, you get
Someone she knows is an expert jeweler, so she knows just enough to make little mistakes that will show interest but allow him to feel good about correcting.
Alright.
It's called building
so-
rapport.
Yes, you get him talking. He begins to warm to you. It seems to be eager to teach you his craft. And you do get him talking. And he finds himself no longer thinking about the secrets behind the ring, but just discussing the fine-tuned details, and you get a name. Lyron. He was a jeweler long before he was an older gentleman, and he worked this ring. He was a man who was very much into molding things himself, so he did use tools that they don't particularly use anymore. He did leave a crafter symbol on the back of the ring top, the flat part of the ring top. Kind of like how the class ring has like a big circle on it. On the back side of that, there is a craftsman mark.
Does that name happen to ring a bell?
It would not.
And this was a ring that your husband made you?
This is a ring that her
Husband
husband
did.
had with him when you met him. And it was his ring. He eventually gave it to you.
Okay. So it was his ring that he had made and then eventually gave to you. Okay.
But you do know that the ring was made about a decade ago, which was before you met your husband.
I will try and find out how this compares to, say, some of whatever this shopkeeper's name is work.
You mean the current one you're talking to?
Yeah.
Just take this name and pronounce it a little bit different. Lyrane.
Nearly.
Huh?
Neril. His name is Neril.
Oh my gosh.
Sure. His name is Neril.
Yes!
just take the guy's name, flip it backwards. His name is Neril.
Sure. Neril. We'll begin to explain. You can see that his pieces are thinner, less gaudy for the most part. And he uses, well, less gaudy in the metalwork, but more gaudy in the use of diamonds and gems. This ring that Runa has was all about the metalwork.
Okay. Do I learn his seal? His craftsman seal?
What do you want to know?
Might be useful.
He will kind of flip over one of his mail rings and show you.
Just as I'm going, comparing the two, what techniques were used here, comparing it to what he's doing.
Yes. You will. First, you see that Lyron's crafting symbol was two curved lines and then one straight line. It looks honestly to you like two horns and a tail. While this craftsman, not like that.
Two curved lines and a straight line.
That looks like a doggy butt with a little tail. It's so cute.
Okay.
While Neril's is a 3/4. Are you drawing on my map again?
No, you can't prove it.
I literally just noticed that dude standing there.
Oh my gosh, that's not a tree.
Oh my god, it's the Wendigo.
Anyway, Neril's symbol is 3/4 of a diamond.
Okay.
What was your roll again?
28.
Alright, fair enough. I did not want you to roll that good.
This is what Nisse does. Nisse is a diplomat. She is...
This is just this side of being either a bard or
She's
she
a piece...
is a lady.
She is.
Yes.
Yes, she is.
She's
She's a what?
a piece of work.
She absolutely is.
I mean, in what way?
She's very good with her mouth, and I mean with her tongue, and I mean with her work.
All of the above. Yes.
All right. He is talking. He is proud of his work. He is giving comparisons, and he does let it slip that Lyran was so good that he was hired by the castle.
Is Lyran still with us today?
No, ma'am. He's long gone.
I'm sure that. I'm sure that you're quite, in your own way, pleased that a competitor is no longer with you. But what happened to the man?
I don't know if I want to say I was pleased. We were civil. It was nice to have some competition, but
Well, competition does breed innovation. This is well known, but still.
they like to say he passed away. But he left me some tools, and he let me know that he was gonna go out and make his own. He was tired of this stuff he lived in.
And he left the city?
Yeah. Just packed up what was important to him and slipped out.
I suppose.
The regulations back then weren't so tight. It was pretty easy. He wasn't doing anything against the law.
You say the regulations are tight now. What's changed?
The ruling body, they don't care for us here. I mean, and he gestures to himself. We are descendants of demons. They don't take kindly to us, and we've always done our own thing, had our own ruling body, our own laws, and we thought we were far enough away from the peaks, but they seem to have had an issue with us.
Do you happen to... I suppose that when this man left you is the only communication you had left with him.
Haven't heard from him in years. I don't believe... He was an old man. I don't believe he went far before settling or passing.
No, clearly he made it up to the peaks. Like, right over the ridge where we came from. At least he came that far. Can't imagine how a ring of his make would have made it there.
He'll kind of eye you for a long moment. He wasn't crafting for the royals when he left.
No?
They had a bit of a falling out.
Oh, this... Are you saying that this ring was made for royalty?
He kind of blushes, realizing what he had said.
Got him.
It's a... From my understanding of these runes, it was the engagement rings made when the prince was being engaged.
I'm sorry, the who?
The prince.
So he made this ring, or a ring, for the prince as an engagement present.
It was assigned the work. It wasn't particularly a present. This wasn't...
A commission.
Yes, it was commissioned by the king. It was an arranged marriage. As they all are.
And now you have me curious as to whom that was between.
Well,
I know so very little about this place.
Yes, outsiders don't tend to. We keep to ourselves for our own safety.
Oh.
It is custom that the royal body takes their first cousin as their wed.
I've heard many civilizations do that.
She was young at the time. It would have been a long time before they were married, but they wanted to jump on making sure everything was secured. So they had the rings made and they informed the prince. Not long after, we were informed that he caught ill. So, the rings were never used. It was my understanding the king kept them.
As he's explaining this whole thing, Rena is starting to just get more blushed, and blushed, and blushed.
Oh,
blushed.
he's not royalty, he just worked for royalty.
The prince passed away and, well, there was no other heir. They took the cousin and they were raising her in place of him, hoping to polish her to marry the next cousin to ensure that there was a king. And she comes around town a lot. She's a kind woman. She's grown to be quite different from her mother.
Forgive me if this is assumptory, but would that have something to do with the escort that we passed by in the market?
Oh yes, she takes her walks every morning despite how loud the soldiers shout. She never wanted to be a royal, although that is the words that go around the market. I've not spoken to her of such sly things. It would be inappropriate.
Yes, of course.
But you know how the market people like to fantasize and romanticize things. It could be very well that she is allowed to march around as she likes.
Oh. I suppose the proclivities of the royal line are much their own business, and it's good gossip for all the rest of the town.
Yeah, fine to imagine, but she ain't got nobody to marry, so...
So
And
there's-
Katniss emerges. I volunteer.
Oh no. She's being groomed as a de facto heir until a new
No,
one
they
can be
wouldn't.
produced.
They wouldn't let her take the throne. No queen has ever ruled over the people. They
Oh.
want to marry her off. She is to bear hairs.
I see. And well, I suppose you are not interested in that form of gossip.
Look, I make jewelry. A lot of clucking hens come through here. And my wife, she finds it all very entertaining.
I see. See, this is why you don't flirt first.
Yeah, that would have been a mistake.
What? I don't know why that seemed to be very directed.
I see. Well, I would have to. I suppose if I were to want to get the stories of the day, I would have to go and talk with her then.
My wife?
Yes, please.
There's very little that's of entertainment where I stay.
Coming from the peaks, I can imagine.
The hunting is sparse as of late, and though it does keep me busy, it's not exactly stimulating for the mind, and well, these stories you can build upon wonder about.
I mean, if you want to listen to the clucking hens.
It's a way
I
to
mean,
pass
we're
the
a bunch.
time. Some of us are wolves.
I know.
Alright, well, most of them ladies, my wife included, they hang out down at the market in the courtyard. It's the center of the marketplace. Everybody likes to kind of take their time to hang about there.
Has
The ice
Brandon gotten her
sculptures.
ring back yet?
No. He's been showing Nisei comparisons.
He's just like laying there on the table, or
No, he's still kind of,
just holding it.
yeah. But the courtyard with the ice sculptures, that's where you'll find them. A lot of ladies like to hang about there while their men do their work, and she likes to keep an eye on my son. But I would ask that you don't tell her I sent you.
No.
She's a fierce woman.
I would hate to cause you any undue strife for being so helpful for us.
I appreciate that.
May I please have my ring back?
Oh yeah, of course. And he will kind of polish it off and then hand it back to you.
She'll nod and slide it back onto her finger and then put her hands back into her sleeves.
Well, thank you very much, Neryl. You have been an extraordinary help to us. The mysteries of these sort of things is just incredibly fascinating, and I appreciate your sharing.
And I appreciate being able to talk to somebody about craftsmen. I mean, my son's all good and dandy, but
I've known a few people who dabble, but
I thought so. You seem to have some wit about you.
I like keeping, I have a wide range of interests, and it's always good to deepen the pools of my knowledge, I suppose you could say.
Well, I advise you to do that and not listen to the clucking hens, but
Sometimes you need a bit of light entertainment to take your mind off of the more complex and important matters.
fair enough. I'm always amused when my wife gets on about something.
If we are to discuss entertainment, I must ask, is there a museum of type in this town? Perhaps one that travels back with the royal family?
A museum, like a collection of artifacts?
A place where you keep your history.
The
Archives.
temple. The
Mhm.
temple would be a good one for that.
And where maybe be able to find that?
At the bottom of the staircase of the castle, just across the way. And you do note that you had seen a very tall, very pointed, very detail-oriented but open tower of sorts.
Well, thank you very much, Nero. I will just reach, kind of reach back behind her within her cloak and just kind of fish out 5 of the gold talons and just kind of.
He'll hold his hand out. Oh, no. You didn't buy for my work.
There are curiosities here. I see that they're not the same as the coins you carry.
He'll take an interest and
I'm just gonna put them down. Just,
he'll study them. Haven't seen anything like this around here.
you've
We
shared.
trade in crystals.
I,
And he will pull out these kind of round hexagon, almost flattened blue chip.
I have a few of those as well. I've got 8 silver crystal chips, or 8 silver
from picking
in
up-
crystal chips.
Yeah.
From trading.
Yes.
I've got a few of those. Are they the same?
Yeah, that's what we trade in. We can't get completely away from the noble family. You have to understand that. So we trade in the same currency that the entire region does.
Oh, that's quite fascinating.
Can I keep one of these?
Oh, by all means, you've been so kind. Take them.
I
I-
don't know if I can use them for money, but they're interesting. So let me just keep one, and you take the rest back.
I mean, they're of very little value to me as it is. I don't normally trade in coin.
All right, if you say so. Where did you get these, by the way?
You know, you would be very surprised what you find in the snow. Like, you go down deep enough into caverns.
Like Doggo.
A lot of people don't like exploring the fissures, the crevasses. But you can find some very interesting things if you're bold enough to do so.
Huh. Wonder if it's from the dwarves. He shakes his head. All right.
Could be, I don't know.
Well, you've been a good chap, and he kind of pats you on the head as if you were a young child.
Oops.
Aw, frostbite touchdown. If I am passing through this way, I might come back to purchase another bit of your wares, rather than purchase a bit of interesting lore from you.
Always welcome, of course.
Thank you very much. I'll turn and head out.
Okay.
Kind of getting away, and once we're in relative privacy, just, well, that was an interesting bit of information.
Marina just looks very tense and uncomfortable.
Sylvie gives a very loud whimper.
What?
She kind of bays at you and then nudges Runa, kind of trying to get her nose up to Runa's hands.
Isn't Sylvie like wolf status?
I mean, she's a wolf. She's like
Oh, okay.
full wolf.
She's
so
a
stretching up, she could
big
probably give you a few bumps on the hand with her nose.
You
I guess
think you
that
might
makes
be able to track a source? Is that something that you're able to do?
And she'll kind of trot and do a circle and then huff at you.
You're familiar with the language.
I mean, again, passive 20 insight.
She doesn't seem confident in this. You don't know why, but she doesn't seem confident in the idea of trying to sniff this out. Doggo, you're in wolf form. If you want to give it a try, you're more than welcome.
Sure. What does that require?
Sure, Hill, if you just want to sniff to be a part of things,
You
by
can
all
roll
means.
a
She's-
nature
Ha
check.
ha.
She's sniffing Sylvie's fur right now. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god.
I don't feel too confident about it either.
Yeah, no, you take a huff at the ring and it barely has a scent other than Runa on it.
and blood.
You are a hunter. Alright, so what are you guys doing now?
Would you like to continue on to the... Was it an archive or a library?
You
Or
There's the
were
temple.
told that the temple had trinkets, and you were also told that the clucking hens would be in the ice sculpture garden.
It comes down to if we want to know history or do we want to know gossip.
Well, gossip can be rather informative. You know what to pick out as far as petty jealousies and the like. You can separate the gems from the sands.
That definitely seems to be a little bit more of your strong suit than mine.
I would agree to that. It is most of what my duties were.
She'll chuckle and look over to you. If you need me to shoot any of them, I could definitely do that for you.
Well, I hardly think violence will be necessary here, especially if we can endear ourselves to them.
Well, of course.
If you would like to if you would feel confident in checking the temple for any other information.
I should just split up.
I'm asking what you would like to do. We could cover more ground more quickly that way, but that does separate us a bit. I imagine you would take either of these two with you.
Well, of course.
Sylvie kind of huffs.
And I playfully bump Sylvie.
You're bumping Sylvie.
Wait,
So you bump Sylvie, and she gives you a very much alpha wolf growl of warning.
Well, I'm curious on the possibility that maybe the temple is secluded. Torhild can definitely be of use in this section. She can help me look for information and maybe even.
Not
you made a
aware-
funny!
Not aware of the world around her.
I know, but she can look.
Torhild can help me look. She's just staring into the sky.
Wait, where is everybody? Oh crap! I forgot Torhild back at the first location.
I wish I was
Did
on a
you-
boat.
She's probably imagining dirty, dirty things.
Probably.
With the conversation she's had with Nisse,
Torsten.
alright, so are you guys splitting up?
I think we will have a better opportunity this way. Do you happen to have any spells, such as sending or a message or anything of the above?
Oddly enough, sending is not one of the spells that she's got.
Well,
Sending, I think sending at this point would mean that she's probably not a part of this chapter.
well, keep an eye out for small creatures. If I need you, I can send a bird to obtain you.
Very well. Let's just kind of drift off to the corner real quick. Give us some privacy. And just kind of hold out my hand. It's just, Torhild, dear. Here, take my hand.
She will.
I will, at this point, because I imagine it's getting close, I will recast invisibility on her.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because that wouldn't do.
No, it wouldn't do if she suddenly appeared, not
Yeah,
looking blue skin at all.
Wait a while Torhild appears.
We went into the grass. Torhild
Alright.
used Thunder Step. Super
No,
effective.
lightning bolt.
How are you splitting the doggos?
I am.
Assuming one and one with the other.
Well, yes, but who is going where?
Kind of the reason I bump slash nudged
Sylvie?
Sylvie, not Sylvie. You bumped into somebody from an entirely different campaign.
Sylvie, but I was having a hard time because Sylvie. But yes, no, I kind of assumed Runa wanted to take Sylvie.
Well, who do you want to take, Rena?
I mean, Sylvie's who I know the most.
Okay,
That's
so
fine.
you take the gray winter wolf, while Nisse will take the more auburn fall-looking
The
wolf.
Ashen Wolf.
Yeah,
Cool.
definitely.
Great. The
looks like-
Ice Princess and the Fire Pup. That's good. So that achieves a balance somewhere, right?
Ah,
All right. So, Runa, you're headed off towards the temple.
Which one is Torhild going with?
You wanted to take Torhild with you.
It was an
Oh.
idea, just if she. Well, I thought it was an idea for if we wanted to drop the invisibility. But so really, it's up to you if you want to go to the market with the clucking hens or actual history.
Are we asking Torhild where she wants to go?
Might as
Yes.
well. We're in a private place to do this, so.
Well, I feel like that's not much of a question.
Which way would you like to go, my dear?
Torhild wants to go wherever Sylvie's going.
Yep.
Sylvie will give you an affectionate nudge.
Senpai noticed you, Torhild.
Doesn't happen very
Yeah.
often.
If anything, we should make it a goal to meet back at the room within a few hours of it. Anything.
You need to be back under cover with her within an hour.
Within the hour. I told her that's supposed to.
I may be a little later just because I have... It will take some time to get any usable information out of them.
I could imagine. Then I will have Torhild back at the room within the hour.
Alright. So you guys split up. Runa, you head towards the temple, while Nisse, you head towards the ice sculpture garden
Yes.
in the middle of the marketplace. Runa, the temple is very open and airy, and it is made of a very light, transparent blue material that resembles ice but is not. It's quiet in this area, and you get kind of a chill looking up at the castle that stands across above it. You walk in and you do notice quite a few tiefling shrine maidens. They seem to nod credence to you, but nobody stops to talk to you. They do give a side eye to Sylvie.
Runa will, put her hand on Zoe's head.
There's a small grumble that comes from her chest.
That's fine. Mostly just to show the others that she's tamed.
She growls.
Relatively.
Relatively. And they don't say anything about her, but they do give her kind of a side eye. More of a keep your dog under control kind of thing.
Not a dog, she's a majestic wolf.
Yes, but the look they're giving her.
Keep your pup under control.
You climb the stairs of the temple and you enter this very narrow room. There's a spiraling staircase that seems to go up to different balconies that hang off the temple. There is a tall statue of a figure that you recognize.
Who's the figure?
Quimson, the goddess of winter. That's what you follow.
I know, I just don't remember that.
Quimson Fussis. She is standing back to back with a tall male tiefling in this statue composition, and you can go ahead and roll me religion.
Oh my god, my rolls today.
You don't know this tiefling figure that has been paired with Quimison. You know that usually she stands alone. She is a lone wolf of sorts. So you assume that it's just the culture here that wants to tie Quimson in with their own deity.
There a plaque of any type around the statue.
There is not. It's just this very tall, imitative, glass-like ice sculpture that stands going up a few levels of the staircases. Quimison with her bow and the tiefling man standing with the staff.
Seemed odd to find you here. She'll mumble before she moves on.
You feel a winter wind kind of brush down your back. It does seem that, despite the oddness of the combined culture, she is very much here.
Even with that, she will continue on, see what more she can find.
Alright, well, are you going up one of the staircases?
Is there anything on the ground floor that I'm on?
Just a few shrine maidens and priests.
You know what? I will go to one of the shrine maidens.
You are greeted kindly, though you're given kind of an odd look. You are not quite what they would expect.
Given. I don't mean to disturb you, but I was wondering if you could tell me who this male figure is. She'll gesture to the statue.
Of course you would ask.
Uh-huh.
Why wouldn't you ask?
'Cause I'm the most annoying person on this planet.
Kind of.
Names. All of them.
I really suck at thinking about names, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know why.
Grandma, use the same name like 17 times.
I don't, though. You mean Dryton?
Dryton. And what is he to you guys? To this
He
culture?
was our leader. He was the first settling king of this place. He established us.
And he seems to have ties with Crimson, or just follow.
In the ancient times, Crimson was a focus here. It's been a while since then.
It's been a while.
It's
There-
been.
There are many followers of Crimson still here, but the majority are followers of Dryton.
I see. So it's a very mixed culture between the two.
I wouldn't say very mixed. Crimson is losing her popularity due to the movements of the kingdom. The kingdom, of course, is very devout to her.
She'll just nod. I see. I fear I've taken much more of your time than I had intended.
Is there a reason that you are here?
Just visiting.
Visiting the shrine? I assume that you are a follower of Crimson.
That I am.
Well, it's not that you are not welcome. So please take your time.
She'll nod. Thank you. And continue on.
Where are you-
Upstairs, I think you said.
Okay. So you take one of the spiral staircases.
Yeah.
And you find yourself on the first balcony, which is a snowy perch, and there are already a few members sitting there meditating.
Any books, statues, artifacts?
No, it seems to be a meditation garden, but it's covered in snow.
That must be very uncomfortable.
Well, and that's your natural habitat.
I know.
Some people like the cold, thank you.
Like the
Some
people who
people
sleep
are
in
the
homes.
thank you.
She will observe for a moment and then move on up the next flight. If there is a next flight.
There is. So, you continue on. There are many flights to this. And the first 3 levels seem to be meditation gardens. Every balcony you come upon, mostly filled and used for meditation. There's a symbol that you don't recognize, and you just write it off to being for Drayton, as it has nothing to do with Clemson. You finally make it to the top of the tower, as there are many balconies that are shut off to you. And at the top of the tower you find a sanctuary of sorts, and here you will find almost like a study. There's artifacts, statues, pictures, a library.
This is what I came here for. Not actually only that.
There is a elderly priest-looking sort who will give you a questioning glance. Your pet will have to stay outside.
Ah,
And to that, Sylvie will give a almost vicious, low rumbling growl.
She is quite tamed.
She will remain outside these doors.
Werner will apologetically pat her on the head.
Another grumbling growl, but she will back up just behind the lines of the doors and sit down with almost a flump.
So passive aggressive.
Her eyes will remain on the priest almost daringly.
Is this library like vast, or it's just?
It's well equipped.
See, that's when you just should have claimed that I was your seeing eye dog.
See what?
And you're in a library. A seeing eye dog.
I get you. Yes, she can read out loud to me. Tori will start speaking instead.
What is it that you're here for?
I am not from around here and just wishing to learn more about this kingdom.
And learn more of it for what reason? Outsiders are not permitted to stay.
Just mild curiosity.
Go ahead and roll a deception.
Deception.
Mm-hmm. You're not telling the truth right now.
Makes me curious.
His eyes will narrow at you.
quit being a liar.
And what is it you're curious of?
Well, I've never heard of such a royal family. I was just wondering about their past.
You, an outsider, wants access to the history of our nobles.
God, if I was playing Hawk, I would just tell him that's what was gonna happen.
Yes! I thirst for books!
Yes, you will tell me where these books are, won't you? Yes, I will.
I don't see any good reason to let you to this information.
A library is meant to be a source of teaching, is it not?
This is no school nor library. It's an archive, miss.
And are the archives not open to the public?
Usually, yes, are public, not outsiders who should not even be within the gates.
Yes, they're public. For citizens.
But I am in the gates now, and I was let into the gates.
Clearly an oversight in which I will be informing the guards.
Fuck me, Sylvie, get him. Torhild, boom the man. Sparky, Sparky, boom man.
Now, unless you can give me good reason to allow you here, I would ask that you leave.
Is Torhild just happen to be sneaky looking at books for me? Or she's staring at the sky still?
She's, in all honesty, probably outside with.
Your pet is remain. I was like, yes, sir.
There will be a grumble and a nudge at your side, Torhild.
Mm-hmm.
Sylvie is giving you some very hard pokes in the side to enter the archive.
To intervene?
To enter the archive.
Oh.
Yeah,
Intervene.
go. The other person not by themselves.
Is the door open?
Yes, the door is wide open. The priest is
Oh,
standing
okay.
kind of in the middle of the room, staring Runa down.
Guess she'll go in.
I suppose I don't understand why we're being very defensive right now. I'm simply...
You're dealing with xenophobes of dwarven levels.
I'm simply a seeker of knowledge.
These walls, these city walls were not erected for the viewing pleasure of our citizens. We are to protect ourselves and our noble life.
Do I seem like a threat to you?
You are an outsider, and you want to know of the noble history. You are suspicious to me.
But are we much different?
And what do you mean in that, woman?
Okay! Out of character. She pulls the fuck out her bone bowl. What did you call me?
I identify as a Groot, thank you.
Turns into a whomping willow and whomps his ass. I mean, if you were simply put onto the opposite sides of the wall, that would make you an outsider. Outside of these walls.
I was born within these walls. You are making no sense. I have no time for this blunder of yours.
If you don't want me to look through the archives, then maybe you could tell me more about what's going on.
Tell you what exactly? The secrets in how to tear down our walls? How to ruin our noble kingdom?
Oh no, you do this, and this.
You come at this time, you go through this door.
Scouted out the entire thing.
He begins to move. He is headed back towards this staircase that kind of leads up to a platform.
That's where all the spears are.
Oh, this bitch wants to fight.
Torhild, you're clearing your throat. Do you have something to say?
I don't like being invisible, but I also don't want to not be invisible.
Well,
I'm sorry I don't have greater invisibility for you.
what are you doing currently while Runa is pissing this guy
So-
off?
Okay, I'm standing somewhere in the door and he's going for some stairs.
Yeah, he's kind of turned his back to Runa and is headed up these stairs to a platform where there's a
Up
few
that.
tables.
Are these stairs closer to me, Runa? Like, where?
They're farther
trying
away
to get
from you
a-
guys. They're across the room. And you will, as you watch him, notice quite a few small hawks.
Oh god, I will shoot them.
Hawks?
Yeah, messenger pigeons! Alert the guards!
So I'm trying to get a feel for the room. I'm standing like near or in the doorway.
Mhm.
Runa and Homeboy are over here. Stairs are.
So
Can I get to the stairs before Homeboy does?
you are across the room from the stairs.
If you found your stuff,
Homeboy,
yes.
Homeboy was standing in the center of the room, so he
So there-
has a few feet ahead of you.
You're not wrong.
For the room. How far across is the room?
Just run, woman.
Get out, save yourself.
I would say it's a very long room. I mean, probably
Okay.
not quite as long as a football field.
Wow, that is a long room. Okay, and is he like running, walking swiftly, casual pace?
He is walking with purpose.
Excuse me.
He does not respond.
Fuck me.
Orhild wants to just move as quickly as she needs to get to the stairs before he does.
So you go dashing across this room. That's quite a noisy endeavor of yours.
Looks back, Runa starts just like
Yowling.
tapping.
So you go dashing across this room and it echoes. The man spins around expecting Runa to be charging at him. And as he spins around, he pulls a wand from his robes. And Sylvie starts howling her head off.
Runa will reach or set her hand with purpose onto her bow. We do not need to resort to violence. Is there something wrong? Oh my god.
Meanwhile, Nisei's sitting down there with the wolf, just feeding it meat, sipping a cup of tea with a bunch of people, enjoying conversation and biscuits with the wives, and just going, "I wonder how the others are doing."
The man
Rumbling.
will look from Runa to Sylvie to the room where you're charging at him, Torhild.
I'm not charging at him. I
know,
want
but
to charge
you're running
around him.
towards his direction, okay?
Yes.
Silence that dog.
Runa will nod. Put away your wand.
Slowly, he will shift the wand back into his cloak.
She will pat Sylvie on the head.
She
There,
will
there.
give a very irritated growling at you and then howl some more. Now she is up on her feet, kind of really getting into this howl.
We need to stay calm.
Go ahead and roll your animal handling.
Oh yes.
Is that?
Oh yes.
Alright, Sylvie will slowly relax, settle back onto her haunches. Torhild, are you still running?
I
You
mean,
have
I don't
made
know.
You have made it past the man. You are at the edge of the stairs.
Start waving and hitting the birds away.
I want to quietly, as possible, walk to the top of the stairs.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Oh dear Jesus, please. I give you a bardic inspiration
Is
from
it-
a
is
different
that-
game.
Is it an advantage because?
Yes, it is at
Invisibility?
advantage.
Oh my god.
Thank God for advantage.
Oh.
Alright,
My spell slots have not been used in vain.
You're able to silently move up the staircase as the man eyes Runa and Sylvie. I would appreciate it if you left now.
She will nod. As you wish. Let's go.
And you're
Oh.
leaving Toriel behind.
Yeah, you tell Sylvie to leave, and she sits her ass back down.
She can smell the distance to Torhild.
She's just gonna step right around the corner so that the guy can't actually see her, and just wait for her to come over a little bit.
Sylvie will flop down onto her back, put her belly in the air, and start making grunting noises. It almost seems playful or taunting.
She wearing a collar.
No.
She damn should be.
Torhild, what are you doing?
Am I at the top of the stairs?
Yes, you are.
I'm waiting
Free the birds!
Waiting for what?
for Homeboy to come up the stairs.
Oh dear.
Wreck his shit up.
Alright, well, Homeboy's not moving as he's waiting for the dog to get shit together.
Sylvie, come.
She'll roll over and kind of pop onto her feet and give another howl.
She will lift her leg and pee on you.
She's not a boy.
Doesn't matter. All it takes is motivation.
Sylvie, this is not the time for this.
Growls. Gives a pointed look to where Torhild had ran off to.
I am aware.
She will continue to growl, but slowly move towards you.
Rogue's dog off temple.
As you guys begin to leave, the man will turn and head back up to the platform.
Riddle will still just be right by the door, just out of his view, staying there.
Torhild?
He's coming up?
Yep.
God, I hope this doesn't make me visible, but I had decided I'm gonna push his ass back down the stairs.
Oh my god!
You're gonna push him?
Yep.
Don't even understand right now. Why?
Why? What is on the top of the stairs?
The messenger pigeons.
So,
Well, at the time, I was trying to protect you, but that went away. Now I'm just up here, so I'm gonna push his ass down the
Oh my-
stairs regardless.
God. Okay, so the guy's
make-
gone.
make
right?
a melee attack.
A melee attack, so just like a dex check or something.
Sure.
Technically, I think it would be like, I think actually it would probably be athletics if she's trying to push.
Please re-roll like athletics. Don't look
Alright,
the
Go
screen.
ahead. Try to roll athletics then.
Oh my god, athletics is bad though.
You're not going to do much worse than you did here, though.
I was gonna laugh so hard. It was like a 3 or a
Yeah, that
2.
would be hilarious.
Alright, so you go running at this guy and give him a nice hard shove right in the abdomen because you're short and he's tall. And he goes flomping back and thump, 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 thump down the stairs.
Oh, can I just put out there that as he descends the stairs out of view, Runa's gonna tell Sylvie to stay and then go to the library.
Oh, hell no. She hears a scruffle and she goes running to Torhild.
Well, is Torhild visible now?
You
It's an
didn't have to
aggressive
spell-
action.
Is it?
Fuck.
Torhild is there and Sylvie is coming to your rescue.
Oh my god.
The man seems dazed. He has not yet gotten up, but he is breathing.
Runa will rush to him. You've taken quite the fall. Are you okay?
He will stare at you, almost seeming to look past you.
Hello? Are you feeling okay? Did you hit your head by chance?
Slowly, he will sit up, not giving you any attention, as his eyes go back up the stairs.
Runa's just gonna try to
Yes?
lean.
Two things. One, how long has this taken to go so horribly wrong?
I would say about 30 minutes.
Okay. Leading to point 2, I would know when concentration is broken on a spell.
Okay.
So at half an hour in, I'll realize that the spell has ended abruptly.
Mm-hmm. And what is Nissa gonna do?
Probably excuse herself and go up towards the temple.
Please tell me she gets like.
See, here's the thing. I can get there pretty quick. Stealthily? Maybe not so. I mean, unless I used invisibility on myself and the pup grabbed her and then started going. But at that point, she wouldn't need to be a pup, so...
Just go grab her by the waist and jump.
Pretty much.
So you are casually making your way to this temple. Torhild is standing at the top of the stairs, probably arms still slightly extended like, oh, I did that. As Sylvie has come to stand in between you and the priest, who is now staring at you with murder in his eyes. Runa kneeling on the ground next to him. And that's where we'll end tonight.
Quick, make sure his leg is caught in a bear trap.
Thank you for playing. What could have been such a simple information recon.
Nah, where's the fun in that?
I tried!
And now you will be fighting like a level 20 priest.
Oh my god. It's fine, we have Torhild. And Runa's aim, honestly. And soon enough to say.
Oh no, if you guys are fighting, I'm just... Yeah, there's a priority list here, and...
I'm a little afraid
You should be afraid.
for
Ruby?
yeah, for Ruby to be put into an archive.
No,
the
they're not
fire.
your books.
Alright, well thank you guys for playing.
Well,
I am so stressed right now.
half of tonight went really well.
Half of tonight did go very well, better than I wanted it to go.
Oh, Torhild, you're adorable.
Torhild's getting a spanking from hell. Like, bent over the knee like a child.
So long as it's from Sylvia, I'm sure she'll be alright.
You know, it's not going to be, so she won't be okay.
Yeah, if you try to spank Torhild, Sylvie's gonna like bite your arm.
So, join us again next time on Wanwid. We'll be having PvP while having PvE. It's going to be really weird.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Yes, we're doing PvJ combat next time.
Yes. My body's ready.
So,
You started the fight.
I didn't start a fight, shut up.
I meant the other you.
The other me?
Yeah, who pissed off the priest?
Runa pissed off the priest.
I did nothing!
Hello,
Bad
I
Runa.
have your noble family secrets.
The Chinese secret.
Ancient Chinese secret, eh? All right. Well, that'll be good for us for today here. Yeah. Take care, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow for more Evil Within, and yeah. Oh wow. Okay, we have the rare night when we're not doing something. So yeah, tomorrow Evil Within, brilliant stuff. Have fun, everyone. Take care of yourselves. And, yeah. See ya.